For this segment of Hot Matches, I wanted to talk about my top 10 Wii U games that need ports on the Nintendo Switch. So these aren't necessarily my favorite Wii U games, but I feel like these are the ones that benefit having a second win on the Switch, and that these are games that you should play. So, in fact, not all these games I've even played yet on the Wii U that I just want to have a chance to play on the Switch, because I just can't bring myself to buying another Wii U game now. First, I want to talk about 4 that didn't make the list. Number 1 is Affordable Space Adventures. So this is an indie game that incorporated the use of the gamepad along with 2 separate controllers. One of the best indie games I've ever played, and co-op games I've ever played. And, sadly, I feel like with the asymmetrical gameplay of the gamepad and the screen on the TV, I don't think this is a game that can be ported, and it's going to have to stay with the Wii U, but it really is a gem that I feel like everyone should give a go. Other games, Star Fox Zero. I feel like, the game itself was good enough. A lot of people can't get used to new, interesting control schemes. So a lot of people didn't give it the chance it deserves. So if this did have the possibility of coming over with, just typical, maybe just motion control, moving with the gyro for the Joy-Con or something, it would maybe be great, but I don't think this is going to work here with Star Fox Zero, so that didn't make the list. Smash Bros as well. I'm not putting this on because I feel like they're not making a remake. They are 100% making a new Smash Bros. Game, so I'm not going to put that on the list. And same thing with Super Mario Maker. I feel like they're making a sequel that incorporates a lot of the original assets, but it will be a sequel nonetheless. So anyway, let's get started on the top 10 for the Wii games that I wanted to have here. So number 10 is Hyrule Warriors, which was announced in the Nintendo Direct. That was one game I skipped. I just couldn't bring myself to buying it on the Wii U. But now if it came, now that it is coming to Nintendo Switch, that is one game that I am definitely looking out for and will possibly buy, depending on how I appreciate Fire Emblem Warriors that I just got over the Christmas holidays. Number 9 is Paper Mario Color Splash. The only Paper Mario game I haven't bought. I really wanted to voice my concern and my my opinion about where the Paper Mario series is going. But something still inside me really wants to play Paper Mario Color Splash. I just love Paper Mario. It held such a nostalgic piece in my heart, So even if this isn't like a Paper Mario game that I want to see, that I want to play, it's still a Paper Mario game. So I do want to give that a go. So that's my number 9. Number 8 is The Wonderful 101. This one almost didn't make the list because I thought this might have been similar to Affordable Space Adventures and Star Fox Zero, where the control scheme wouldn't work with the Switch, but then I remember back to it. I never really used the asymmetrical gameplay part of it. I used just the thumbstick to draw the weapons and stuff like that in the game, and it worked fine. It worked quicker than using your finger to actually draw it. Maybe not as precise, but you get used to it. So that's my number 8. The game is fantastic. I love that game. Platinum Games, they know what they're doing, and that game definitely deserves another breath with the Switch. So I'd love to see that. I feel like that should definitely come to the Switch as well. Number 7 is a Donkey Kong Dual Pack. So this would have included Returns and Tropical Freeze. But however, they did announce just a Tropical Freeze, which is really disappointing. I know they've redid the first Returns on 3DS, so that could be a reason why they're not doing another remake of it. But I would have loved to have a dual pack. I would have bought that for the $60. But if it's just Tropical Freeze, not going to happen. I played it on the Wii U, absolutely loved it. One of the best 2D platformers I've ever played. But again, I already have the full game, and Funky Kong ain't doing it for me. Number 6 is Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. So this is a game I have not played, but I did miss out on the Wii U, and I did want to pick up, but just, I don't know, something about on the Wii U, it just didn't happen for me. Kirby games, I've always appreciated the spin-off Kirby games more than the actual mainline series. So Kirby Rainbow Curse, I never got to play Canvas Curse. I've heard so many good things about it. Kirby Rainbow Curse is one that I think would be great. Have a really cool game that would just be handheld only. That would be really cool. Or maybe they could do it on the TV as well, but I'd like to see that. Maybe they release a physical $30 and it comes with a stylus or something that's meant for the Switch. An officially branded stylus for Switch. That'd be really cool. So that's my number 6. Number 5, Super Mario 3D World and 3D Land pack. Either that or a Super Mario 3D World and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker pack. Now that I think about it, that might be even more likely. But hey, maybe what if it's a 3-pack of all 3 of those games? That would be huge. Never going to happen with Nintendo, but yeah, that would be fantastic, guys. 3D World and a Captain Toad Treasure Tracker pack. 3D World's a fantastic 3D platformer, and I feel like after Odyssey, with how open the game was, I feel like a lot of people are probably missing some of the more confined, highly designed platforming challenges that 3D World would bring up. So I feel like that would be one game that could definitely do a big dent for, say, if they're trying to fill up their library, maybe in the holidays or something like that this year, or maybe 2019. But I feel like that would be one game that would be huge. And Captain Toad Treasure Tracker was fantastic. I love that game. And, with 3D World, including some of those Captain Toad levels, I feel like that would be a great pack to have. So that's my number 5. Number 4 is Bayonetta 1 and 2. So you guys have seen that, yes, that was already announced at the Game Awards. I believe that's coming out in February, if I remember correctly. I believe that's in February, which is really cool. I hear there is a steel case coming out for it, and I decided I'm going to start a collection of all the Switch steel case games, which I absolutely fell in love with the steel case on that Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so I'm definitely getting the steel case for Bayonetta 1 and 2 as well. If it was just the games with the steel case, I might not pick it up because I did have the whole game on Wii U, but the games are fantastic as well, and I almost have a full collection of Platinum games, which is kind of going on as well, so I feel like that might have to be a purchase for me. Anyway, number 3, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. So this game really just saddens me because so many people skipped out on the game just because for some reason they thought it looked too waifu or whatever, weeaboo to them, when they thought it was more Fire Emblem. It had quite a bit of Fire Emblem kind of thrown in there, but it was a Shin Megami Tensei game first and foremost, and it was a really good RPG like they almost always are for Shin Megami Tensei games. And if you like Persona games, which so many of you guys like them, do not skip out on this game. I don't get people here. I don't know how Persona gets such a big fan base, but then these fans do not go into any other game out there. Tokyo Mirage Sessions is right up there for the Persona players. It might not be quite as good as, say, Persona 5 like I'm playing right now, but man, is it up there. This game deserves more sales, it deserves more attention, and I feel like that wouldn't be that hard of a port to do, so I feel like that is a huge one. I feel like should be getting released on the Switch. Plus, it being an RPG like that on a handheld, that'd be amazing. Number 2 is Pikmin 3. So Pikmin 3 is probably it's likely in my top 5 games for the Wii U. It's fantastic. It is the best Pikmin game by far. And with Pikmin 4 possibly coming out, I feel like releasing Pikmin 3 to kind of steady the waters a little bit before Pikmin 4 comes out, I feel like that'd be fantastic. Maybe they test out a new sort of control method using the Joy-Cons. I feel like it'd be great. I'd love to see a Pikmin 3 remake on the Switch, or a re-release on the Switch. And number 1 is Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yes, so Xenoblade Chronicles 2, yes, it was just released on the Switch. I absolutely loved the game, no matter how many few flaws it did have. Xenoblade Chronicles X is still the king for the exploration, the king for the best start to a game in the Xenoblade series. So much of what Xenoblade Chronicles X did, it didn't actually carry over into Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which was a little bit different for me. I feel like Xenoblade Chronicles X took so many steps forward that, to be fair, probably were stepped back a little bit with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, probably to focus more on the story aspect. But Xenoblade Chronicles X, one of the best Wii U games for sure. The world is huge. The music is great. I love the concept and the idea of this sort of MMO RPG kind of a thing, but heavily more emphasized on the actual single player aspect. I feel like it was fantastic, and it was definitely overlooked by a lot of people. So this is something that I feel strongly for, and I feel like it should deserve a second chance. Not chance. It sold pretty well on the Wii U as well, but it deserves a second breath here with the Switch. And yeah, that would be a fantastic game to have. So anyway, thanks guys. I do want to know what you guys think are some Wii U games that you wish would be ported over to the Switch, whether you've played the games or not. I feel like a lot of these games here deserve some more sales and more recognition, and majority of them I would pay to buy twice again on the Switch. Not all of them, but some of them, yes, I would. So